Hi, it's Katinder. Thank you for coming to my inspirational channel to listen to more inspiration, things that will inspire you, things that will make you want to do something different in your life, things that will help you grow. Now today what I want to talk about is about your spiritual legacy. Let me ask you this. If today was the last day of your life, would you regret it? Would you be happy with that? Would you be saying, I had a great life and you know what, I'm happy to go? Or would you sit there wondering, I wish I did this. I wish I tried that. I wish I could sing, or I could read that book, or I could build that house, or so many things you could do. But let me tell you this. You have today is a day for you to think about it, but you can actually change that. Because what I'm about to share with you is something that will just disrupt your life today. Maybe it will give you something to think about. And I'll give you a little story. You know, when my father, Daniel Armstrong, passed away over 18 years ago, that was a wake-up call for me. I had never experienced death in the family. That was the first person in our family who actually passed on. And as bad as people think death is, to me, I thought that was a blessing in disguise, because what that did for me, it made me question the three things. What is my purpose? Why am I here? And what am I in this world to do? So there's a lot of things, and who I am as well. Like, I was just trying to figure out, why are we born? Why are we born to live, to struggle and die? Is that all there is to life? And because of that, I started to question a lot of things. You know, I asked a lot of people around me, why are we here? Where did we come from? Why do we need to do all these things? And most people cannot answer that question because we're not clear with what's going on. So my thing for you today is to question yourself. Ask yourself this question. What is your purpose? Why are you here? Who are you? And what can you do to make the world a better place before you leave this world? Now, I'll just tell you one thing which also triggered a lot of things for me. With my father passing on, I had to do the eulogy because I was the oldest child. And that was not easy, but it had to be done. And when I was doing that eulogy, I started to imagine and wonder, what are some dreams, hopes, aspirations that he would have loved to do that he never did? What else did he want to do? My dad was a very amazing human being. He helped a lot of people. He did a lot of great things. But at that point in time, I started to question, did he do what he was meant to do? Did he leave all his gifts, his talents, his inspiration with the world? Did he go to the grave empty, or did he go to the grave with a lot of all these talents? Now, this is something I want you to imagine. Imagine on your funeral. What do you think people would be saying? Would they say, oh, you know what? She had a lot of shoes. She had great furniture. Oh, he drove a good car. He lived in a big house. What are people going to say in your eulogy? Are they going to talk about that kind of stuff? I don't think so. So what people will remember of you is character, how you made them feel. You know, Maya Angelou once said, people will always forget what you said. People will forget what you did for them, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So what spiritual legacy are you leaving behind? And when I talk about spiritual legacy, I don't talk about, you know, people think legacy is leaving your riches, your houses, your cars, your land to people. It's what do you leave inside people? How do you make them feel? What character did you have that made a difference to people's lives? And I tell you what, everywhere you go, you're leaving a legacy. You know, you work in a place, you meet all those people you work with. That is a legacy you're leaving behind. You go to school, university, anywhere you go, that's a legacy. Every time you meet a person, what you say or do with them is your legacy being left behind. So what I would say to you, make sure your legacy is worth remembering. Because you know what? If you're not doing what you were put in this world to do, nobody's ever going to know that you were in this world. Nobody's going to know you were here. And imagine if you were on your deathbed. This is something I hear a lot. You're on your deathbed and you're there with your family. As you cross over, the ghosts of your dreams, your talents, your book that you're supposed to write, the movie you're supposed to act, all these things are saying to you, we came to you and now we're going to die with you. Do you think that's a good feeling when you imagine you're going to be regretting about things you could have done, places you could have gone, people's hearts you could have touched. You know, think about all this. So what I want you to do as a final thing on this conversation is I want you to do a little exercise. And if you haven't read my book, The Big Comeback, this is an introduction. But if you have, this is a review for you. So what I would like you to do is get your friends together, your family, and what is a very little exercise. And when you do this, have an open mind. You know, don't be upset by what people tell you, because this is a matter of growing. And the fact is, you're still alive. You can make a difference. You can change your life today. Ask these questions to each other. How would I be remembered if I were to suddenly vanish? What would you feel and think when my name was mentioned? What negative and positive stories come to your mind when my name is mentioned? What impact has my life had on you? And how did I make you feel, think, or act? So this questions is something you need to ask your loved ones, your friends, just to see where you need to improve, where you need to grow, because remember, life is short. Tomorrow is not promised to anybody. Today is our time. Now is the time to make a difference for you, for your family, for your friends. So thank you and all the best, and always stay inspired. Katinda Ndola. Thank you for watching. I hope you got inspired, and I have a question for you. What is the one thing you're going to do today that will advance your life to the next level? Remember, you have greatness in you. Katinda Ndola, your empowerment coach. Please like and share.